What's up, everybody? It's Frank Sriracha here, casting the semifinals for TANC18. We've got a VVC down here. We've got Theory, the Red Infernal player, and Gamefriend. This is Game 1. It's a best of 3 on Lost Hope. So, as I'm sure many of you know, if you're new to Stormgate and don't know, this map doesn't necessarily always spawn you in opposite corners. There are 4 different possible spawn locations. So the whole point behind that is that it forces you, the player, to be active on the map so you can scout your opponent to find out where they are. That's exactly what this Hexen's trying to do before they scout you out. So that way you know where to attack, but your opponent might not necessarily know where to attack. That's particularly tricky for when you're facing a Celestial opponent, just because they can build basically anywhere so early in the game that scouting out where they are early and often is very important. Looks like the Arc Ship is going to pick up that last slime before it runs out of Sovereign's Watch. Morph Core does come out, probably going for another. Yeah, it does look like it's going for another. Oh wait, does the shine change on the Morph Core depending on the camera angle? If so, that's insane. Okay, no, the Morph Core is turning into a Creation Chamber, not turning into a Collection Array. Meanwhile, Theory down here getting his own health camp, but is the Brute gonna live? He splits it beforehand to turn it into 2 Fiends with full white health. The Meat Farm being very helpful in tanking some of the damage. Well, the Fellhog's tanking damage anyway. And it looks like he's gonna keep on moving around, going for his own speed camp. Meanwhile, back at home, okay, so it looks like Guardian Nexus coming out. I think that means Sabers? Yeah, I think that's what that means. Okay, and we do have an Argent out, and the Creation Chamber is still surged. So I think he wants to be cranking out those, I think he wants to be cranking them out as fast as he can. 1 Argent versus 1 Fiend. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going to happen? Is he actually going to get the Fiend? The Fiend, no, the Fiend gets away! Yeah. Early game on such a big map. That's about as much as I can hype it up, honestly. Almost perfectly orthogonal. Almost. Nearly. Probably won't matter all that much, but it does matter a little bit. Okay, we do see an Iron Vault clipping into the Geo here, as well as a Hellforge. So, interesting. So we know Theory likes to go Conclave Opener sometimes, but it looks like he went double Hellforge, double Iron Vault into Hellforge. And his natural's nearly up. We do see a second and a third collection array being done over here for Gamefriend. He's got he's got both creation chambers up. Okay, now he's got both creation chambers up. Yep. Okay, so it was a couple of Kree, excuse me, not Sabers. That's a Starforge, not a Sabers or a Starforge, not Guardian Nexus. Anyway, and they've already got the roly-poly Droidica upgrade, so they can roll on through to the speed camp. Dodges the charge. Second Argent shows up. 1, 2, 3 big shots, and then they're both down to shooting their water balloon attacks. Kree, on the other hand, just doing absolute work on these Shadow Mastiffs. Theory comes over here, pops his Brutes to take down this health camp. I don't think his Hexen has enough mana to fight these. Oh yeah, yeah. Gamefriend. You were unwise in the ways of how fast Fiends can get. Those Fiends, though, decided to take the scenic route all the way around. He does have his most injured Kree the farthest away. I think he's microing it back, though. Alright, and he does manage to save his Hexen. Yeah, the AoE damage that those Fiends, or that the Kree do upon death isn't that impactful, but it adds up after a while. Like, you can't just sit there and ignore the AoE damage that they do. Anyway, back at home, it looks like more Iron Vaults, or another Iron Vault, I should say, and his third going down. Meanwhile, it looks like... Okay, he doesn't have full saturation on... doesn't have full saturation on these Luminite mines just yet, but his creation chambers are cranking out Kree. We see the little Muad'Dib kangaroo mouse, the greater Jerboa, excuse me, making cute little squeaking noises. Okay, and it looks like Gamefriend is going to do his absolute best to get pinned between the main force of Theory and the meat farm there, but he does manage to slip away. And my mouse did die for a moment there. Let's clean it off. Okay. How's that for live casting mouse maintenance? Okay, Gamefriend going for the energy regen camp. I love how important energy regen camps are for the for an entire faction, for an entire race. Like having energy regen for the Celestials is huge, just because most of them have some kind of ability. The Kree don't, but they're one of the few that don't. The Argents, they do double damage when they fire their Osilamata. God, that's fun to say. When they fire it, it does double damage basically. So, but it takes 1/3 of their energy to fire it off. So obviously the faster their energy regens, the more they can get those double shots off. And it's super important and super nice for them. Contrast that with the Infernal player, who almost has no spellcasters. Well, I guess the Weaver is a spellcaster, but the cooldown on the Harpoon is so long that sometimes it doesn't always survive to get taken completely. But is he going to get the Bruiser? No, he's not going to get the Bruiser by the time the Infest runs out. Almost. All right, man. Theory just putting on a clinic on how to like take camps on a big map. And I don't know that he's necessarily got a faster army right now. I just think it's I just think Gamefriend doesn't want to move out without Argent support. Powerbank's going to power up his Argents as they walk by, because he wants to do bonus damage to what? There's nothing back there. Why is your army back there? Meanwhile, Theory's going to go scouting around, making sure that there's no sneaky collection arrays being taken. Does manage to spot this collection array. Oh, and he sees a scythe out, so he knows kind of the direction, the tech direction that. Oh, and the Stompy Stomps come out for the Magmadon. They do slow down, but they're also about to explode. Yeah, that one Creed popped, got a little bit done. But now it looks like these Argents are going to have to try and run away from basically that entire army, and they got pecked a little bit by the Fiends, which themselves don't do a whole lot of damage. But if there were more of them, they might have been able to surround the Argents and get away with it. But Theory, knowing that he chased off his opponent, is going to go right back to what looks like the newest. Oh, is he going to attack it with? Oh, he doesn't want to use his Shadow Flyers to attack it. And Sovereign's Watch popped, so he's going to back away until it runs out. And I think he's saving the Shadow Flyers for the Sickles. Every time I think it's a squeaky toy, and it's not. It's the stupid Paul Atreides Dune mouse. What was that? I just heard a... Okay, there we go. Now you can attack. Now you can attack. Oh, but it's still hovering in the air. It's not actually collecting any Luminite. It's just regenerating. It's just sitting there regenerating, and all those fiends get to watch it, I guess. Meanwhile, okay, so we do have Spriggans out. I wonder if those are meant to be the counter to Scythes. They don't do a whole lot of damage on their own. Spriggans doing, yeah, 3, but +3 to heavy. It's kind of interesting. And the Scythes are light. So I don't know who that's meant to kill. Argents, maybe. Okay, we do see a strike node going out. Prism's gonna get focused down. But they do have acceleration, like quite a bit of acceleration. Alright, Prism goes down. I think the Spriggans want to come back and focus on... Yeah, they want to come back and focus on the thing. Celestial mining. Collection array, collection array. That's it. I am a professional caster. Meanwhile, are there any big fights going on yet? No, and what a bold move to put a shrine like right in the middle of everything. Theory has more resources than he knows what to do with. He's already 183 supply floating, 1400, 1200, and yeah, he's looking like he's in great shape. Being able to deny all these extra Luminite, being able to deny all these extra resource collection areas, I should say, has been very valuable for him. Oh, link nodes. Alright, you have to focus fire. You have to focus fire. Not that it matters. Okay, everything's going to go down. Spriggans do see the encroaching army. Going to try to square off against them. I don't know that Theory's doing much else. Does take down the power node. Yeah, power starving a Celestial is strong. Putting them... You basically put their entire macro at a disadvantage when... Oh, and all the... Yeah, this whole base is going to get spotted. Magmadon's going to come out and say, excuse me, where do you think you're going? Shadow Flyers do come out, and they do some chip damage, but it looks like... yeah, it looks like the Pulse Shield managed to get up. Oh, but 7... Oh, so the Shadow Flyer's debuff stacks, and it reduces armor, but the Pulse Shield improves armor. I wonder what that means for... Like, how many Shadow Flyers does it take to negate the Pulse Shield? Looks like Theory's army is going to start massing up over here. Oh, go for the Morph Core. Nice. Okay, the Flying Baneling's continuing to do some damage, I guess, but it's not a whole lot. What is that? Anyway, moving on. Sorry, something, my shoe was sticking to something on the floor. So it looks like the armies might meet up for a big decisive battle. We'll see. Gamefriend's having trouble getting more economy up and running. We do see a second... Oh, we see a bunch of fiends trying to peck down the power bank, and they do. 3 fiends. I wonder if yeah, look at how power blocked basically the Oh, what happened there? Why did he have to rebuild that? Were there Shadow Flyers that snuck in? Oh, and we see a huge attack from the from Theory here. I don't know that is a lot of fiends attacking into Argents. I guess that's a good matchup, but the Kree are just these melee animals. I don't know that was worth all of it. We see Theory up to 250 supply. That is a lot of Shadow Flyers. I say a lot. It's not that much. But I think he's just going to keep on sharking around looking for... Oh, and he's expanding and expanding and expanding. Doesn't have any of them saturated, but that's fine. Okay, the Celestials are going to finally make an attack and make a push for this central base. I think it's going to end up working out for them, though. Oh, get that Harbinger out of there! Harbinger goes down. Okay, Dark Prophecy, Dark Prophecy. Oh, man. The trouble with that, though... Okay, and Gamefriend calls GG. That'll be it for the semifinals. Game 1 between Gamefriend and Theory.